let's route out, guys. Let's route victims out.
We're route to the
Is my
front.
husband alive?
Front.
Is my husband alive?
I know you want daddy. I know you want daddy. You want daddy. Hello? Hello? Is this Christopher? No, Christopher's dead.
Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. In today's episode, we're exploring the incredible journey of Christopher Neal, a Navy veteran, loving husband, and proud father of two, who found himself in a heart-pounding situation when an unexpected visitor disrupted the peace of his home one chilly December night. Could Christopher keep his loved ones safe and navigate this tense moment? Who was this mysterious stranger? Was there a deeper reason behind the sudden appearance? Let's dive into the story and find out. The Kalamazoo Home Incident. Christopher Ryan Lee Neal was born on April 28, 1997 in Kaufman, Texas, to his loving parents, Dan and Deborah Neal. From a young age, Christopher stood out for his warm heart and strong sense of responsibility, traits that would continue to shape his life. After graduating from Ford High School, Christopher chose a path of service by joining the U.S. Navy, where he trained as an aviation electronics technician. During his time stationed in Pensacola, Florida, he met Haley Coe, a fellow Navy recruit. The two formed a strong bond and quickly fell in love. They married, began building their future together, and celebrated the birth of their first child in 2017, a beautiful baby girl named Charlotte. In 2019, after completing their military service, both Christopher and Haley received honorable discharges. Ready for a new chapter, they moved to Battle Creek, Michigan, where Christopher accepted a job with Duncan Aviation. To help with their transition to civilian life, Haley's parents offered them a heartfelt gift: the chance to renovate and live in her grandmother's old home in Kalamazoo County, Michigan. With joy and determination, the young couple transformed the house into a cozy home in anticipation of their second child, who was due in just a few months. By November 17, 2019, renovations were complete, and the family moved in with hearts full of hope. Life felt peaceful and full of promise, with a lively toddler in the house and another baby on the way. But just 2 weeks later, that sense of calm would be unexpectedly disrupted. On the night of December 1st, 2019, Christopher and Haley were unwinding at home after a long day of organizing their new space. Haley had just tucked their 2-year-old daughter Charlotte into bed and joined Christopher in the living room for a quiet evening together. Around 10 p.m., an unexpected noise at the back door startled them both. A loud knock echoed through the house, catching them off guard. Before they could fully process what was happening, an unfamiliar man suddenly entered their home. His behavior was erratic and unpredictable, clearly distressed. Relying on his training and instincts, Christopher quickly urged his wife to take Charlotte upstairs to safety. Haley rushed to her daughter's room and held her close, while Christopher remained downstairs to manage the situation and protect his family. Acting quickly, Christopher guided the stranger into a separate room, locked the door, and did his best to secure the space. With steady hands, he called 911 and waited for help to arrive, doing everything he could to keep the situation under control. What unfolded next would leave a lasting impact on everyone involved.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Yes, there's a man in my house right now.
Hold on, stop for a second.
Whoa, there's a man in my house.
I need you to give me your address first.
6300 Proctor Avenue.
Is that a house or an apartment?
House at the end of the street. Why are you in my house, bro? Tell me when you talk to him. You don't get speakerphone. Why are you in my house, though?
Christopher switched the call to speaker mode, making sure that William, who was clearly distressed and agitated, could hear everything being said between him and the 911 operator.
Sir, how many other people are in your house?
It's me, my wife, and our daughter.
How old is your daughter?
She's 2.
2? Okay.
Please shut up, go upstairs.
Do you have any idea who he is?
You do go. No. Here, go that way. Go that way.
So he...
Stay right there. Let push me. Don't look. Let my wife go.
Okay. I'm not gonna harm you guys. All right. I promise. Take my hand. I'm recording the zone. You can go. I'm not gonna harm you.
A tense confrontation followed as William tried to direct Christopher into another room, but Christopher stood his ground with determination.
Where is William at right now?
He's standing next to me in my hallway.
Okay, are we still on speakerphone?
We still are. He's right here.
Okay. William!
Yes, ma'am.
William, okay. Can Christopher and his wife and daughter step outside?
No. Yeah, I'm not. Ma'am?
What?
They're safe.
They're safe?
They're safe. They're going to stand right here with me.
What are you doing in their house?
I told you there are shots fired.
Where were shots fired at?
Going on, Old 37, or Old Kentucky,
What's that?
They're coming into Bellevue.
Stop right here with me, man.
No, I ain't going
You're
anywhere.
going there with me, man.
Bro,
Turn right now, please.
William!
Turn right now.
William!
Yes, ma'am.
What are you trying to have them do?
He's coming in the room with me, that's it.
Why is he going in the room with you?
why are you locking that door? Don't lock that door, bro.
You're all right, man. I give you my word, man. You're straight.
I get what you're saying, but you got 2 guns, bro.
You're safe.
You got 2 guns?
Stop trying to play crazy, man.
I'm not doing anything.
William!
I'm into my house, man.
I'm sorry, man.
William, listen to me.
Why are you here in the first place?
William, can you listen to me?
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to put those guns down because I've got officers that want to help you. I have officers that want to help you and keep you safe. So I need you to put those guns down.
Who are you, man?
I'm 911. I've got help for you. I need you to put those guns down so that they can get you the help that you need.
I want police here so I can leave.
The police are there, William. The police are there.
No, they're not.
They are there.
No, they're not.
They're there. I've got a lot of deputies there.
Christopher remained composed. He spoke to William with calm and empathy, gently assuring him that he understood he was going through a difficult moment. Every word was chosen with care, aiming to keep the situation stable and under control.
Listen, I'm not harming you, I promise. My word. My life just got threatened, man.
I can hear you, bro.
You understand me?
I hear you.
It got threatened last night.
Okay, I get you, bro.
I'm not harming you, or your children, or your wife.
I'm going to transfer this line, so do not hang up on me, okay?
I'm not going to.
All right, just a minute for me.
Critical negotiations. As soon as the 911 call was made, it was quickly routed to the Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office, triggering a rapid and coordinated response. Deputies, local officers, and a specially trained team arrived at the Neal's home, fully aware of how serious the situation was becoming. Experienced negotiators began carefully speaking with the individual inside, William, with the goal of calming tensions and ensuring everyone's safety. The tactical unit stayed close, only as a precaution, while the team worked to find a peaceful solution. William eventually responded to their call. He voiced his concerns and made it clear he didn't want anyone entering the home without his consent.
Hey, William. William.
Yes.
Hey, this is Joe from the Sheriff's Department. How are you, man?
Like your bad from underneath the door. Don't come through that door.
Okay. We're not going to come through the door, man, but I just want to talk to you and find out what's going on.
Don't come through that door. Slide your bad underneath that door, man.
Well, I'm not even up by the door, man. I'm outside the house. Way outside the house.
Stop playing games with me, man.
What's got you all worked up today, man?
A moment of silence. Without warning, William ended the call, leaving the line silent. Hoping to reconnect, the officer quickly called back, trying to keep the conversation going. At the same time, another team of officers gently entered the home, carefully moving through the stillness and calling out for a response. After a tense moment, Christopher's voice called back from the hallway, offering a brief but powerful sense of relief.
Just put the gun down and come out. Let's talk about this, all right? My badge is out here on my chest, buddy. Well, I'm not coming through the door. I just want to talk to you. Did you hurt anyone in there?
Mayor's office.
Did you hurt Chris?
Mayor's office.
Okay, Chris, can you say something? Okay, are you okay?
I'm fine.
All right. What was that?
Who are you?
My name's Joe.
Joe who?
Hudson.
From where?
From Kalamazoo. I am the police. I'm a public safety officer with Kalamazoo. What was that? Can I slide one of my business cards underneath the floor? Will that help?
Haley 911 call upstairs. Haley quietly made her own call to 911 from the bedroom where she was sheltering with Charlotte. As she whispered to the operator, unsettling noises echoed from downstairs, making it increasingly difficult to stay composed and keep her voice steady.
Okay, and what's going on right now?
I don't know. I'm upstairs. All I can hear is them, like, slightly talking. Do you still have him on the phone?
Yep, so we have, so I'm talking to you, and then my other call taker is talking to someone else as well.
He knows this. I know you want Daddy. I know you want Daddy.
Do you know who's in the home?
No, we have no idea.
You have no idea who it is?
He barged in our back door with 2 guns.
He just barged in?
Yeah, and he has my husband locked in a room with him. He won't let my husband or me out, so I asked.
We have everyone on the phone right now. We have your husband, you, and the male that's in your home as well.
I just heard a really loud noise. I think it was gunfire.
You heard a loud noise?
Yeah.
The police officers are making entry right now, so stay calm for me, okay?
Outside, as deputies worked to reestablish contact, they called Christopher's phone, hoping for a reassuring voice on the other end. Instead, they were met with William's unexpected reply, a tense moment that sent a ripple of concern through the officers.
Live at that point, a few moments later, shots rang out inside the house, and body cam footage captured officers running into the rooms.
Unfolding chaos. A sudden commotion erupted as officers reached the downstairs bedroom where Christopher had been held. In a flash, the situation escalated. Loud noises rang out, shaking the walls and shifting everything into high alert. 3 officers were hurt in the process. One had a minor head injury, another was hit in the leg, and a third in the shoulder. Their bravery in such intense conditions was later recognized by the department.
Stop shooting, man! Stop shooting, man! Stop shooting right now! Stop! Officer down! We have officer down. Shots fired.
The remaining officers moved swiftly into the room as William attempted to flee. In a desperate move, he broke through a window and jumped outside, but the shattered glass caused injuries that slowed him down. Disoriented and struggling, he was quickly met by deputies positioned at the rear of the house. They safely took him into custody as William, now clearly overwhelmed and frightened, pleaded with them to remain calm. In the living room, officers made a heartbreaking discovery. Christopher was found unresponsive with a critical injury. Meanwhile, a second team of deputies searched the upstairs bedroom where they found Haley and young Charlotte huddled in a corner, visibly shaken. As the officers gently guided the mother and daughter to safety, Haley's voice broke with emotion. She looked at the deputies and asked the question that lingered painfully in the air.
Let's route out, guys. Let's route victims out.
Route to the
Is my
front.
husband alive?
Front.
Is my husband alive?
Delivering heartbreaking news, 2 officers were tasked with informing Haley of the tragic outcome. As they gently shared the news, grief filled the air. Outside, the close-knit neighborhood quietly absorbed the shock, with a heavy sadness settling over the community. Who was William? William Paul Jones had a long history of personal challenges. Known for living a transient lifestyle, he struggled with instability, past legal issues, and untreated mental health concerns. Investigators later spoke with Carrie McMurtry, who had briefly dated William. She described him as caring at times, but also deeply troubled. In the days before the incident, William's behavior became increasingly erratic. He made unusual 911 calls and displayed signs of paranoia. Carrie eventually ended the relationship out of concern for her safety. Still, there was no known connection between William and the Neal family. Investigators later learned that on the day of the incident, William had been with 2 acquaintances. After a series of tense events, they dropped him off on Proctor Avenue near the Neals' home. Authorities determined the encounter was completely random, driven by confusion and fear. The trial and sentencing. William was taken into custody and arraigned on December 3, 2019, facing numerous serious charges. The judge denied bond due to the severity of the case. In a surprising moment during the hearing, William asked if he could plead guilty immediately, leaving the courtroom silent.
If I plead guilty to all these right now, can I get sentenced today so I can hurry up and go to prison for life like everybody wants, or what?
You're not going to plead today. You're pleading not guilty.
Legal proceedings begin. Although William first asked to plead guilty, he later changed course after speaking with an attorney. He entered a plea of not guilty, and his legal team requested psychological evaluations to assess his mental state. It would be nearly 2 years before the case went to trial. After several evaluations and hearings, William was found competent to face court. A jury was selected, and the Neal family prepared for an emotional journey toward justice. The trial. On June 13, 2022, the trial began in Kalamazoo County Circuit Court. Both sides agreed on one thing: William had entered the Neals' home without permission. But their accounts of what happened next were very different. Prosecutor Aubrey Koches described the ordeal the Neal family endured that night, saying William had opportunities to make a different choice, but didn't. She highlighted Christopher's calm bravery and determination to protect his family. In contrast, defense attorney Donna Innes portrayed William as deeply confused, driven by fear and delusion. She said William believed he was in danger and entered the home seeking help. Innes also suggested the way law enforcement approached the situation may have added to his distress. Witness testimony. During the 2-week trial, the court heard heartfelt stories from those affected. Christopher's loved ones shared the pain of losing a husband, father, and son. Their memories painted a picture of a devoted family man whose absence is deeply felt. Officer Jerry Libretto, one of the first on scene, gave a moving testimony about finding Haley and little Charlotte safe but shaken. It was, he said, a moment he would never forget.
Her legs were shaking. She had baby in one arm, wrapped to her chest. With the other arm, she had a cell phone. She was talking to what I believe to be dispatch.
However, the most powerful moment came during Haley Neal's emotional testimony, which brought the courtroom to a standstill. With raw honesty, she recounted the events of that night, how in a single moment her world was turned upside down. Her words painted a vivid picture of the fear, confusion, and unimaginable loss her family experienced, leaving a lasting impression on everyone present.
Were you afraid as to whether or not the defendant might hear that?
Yes, I kept shushing her and shushing her, but she would stop.
What were you afraid might happen if the defendant heard you or your daughter upstairs?
That he might know what room we were in, and that, possibly that we could be shot through the floor or whatever, or he would come upstairs, or we could just get hurt.
The verdict and aftermath. In a surprising moment, William Paul Jones addressed the jury himself. With a heavy voice, he shared his deep regret, calling that day the most devastating of his life. But for many, the damage had already been done. On June 24, 2022, the jury reached a decision in just 3 hours. William was found responsible for 18 of the 19 charges, including the tragic loss of Christopher Neal. A month later, on July 29th, William returned to court for sentencing. Judge Pamela Lightvoet delivered the final ruling, life in prison without parole. In her remarks, she said, "There is no justification for you to ever walk free again." As the sentence was read, Haley Neal spoke bravely in court. Fighting back tears, she described how that night changed everything, how even simple sounds like fireworks now bring fear. Her daughter, still processing the pain, once said, "Some days I just want to be with Daddy again." Christopher's mother also shared her grief, describing how her family continues to carry this loss every day. Beyond the verdict, this case sparked difficult but necessary conversations about mental health and community safety. Though officers were in danger that night, they held back to protect those inside, a decision widely commended for its restraint and compassion. But questions remained about William's long-term well-being. Despite years of visible struggles, no formal mental health treatment was ever provided. Law enforcement, limited in what they could do without immediate risk, could only offer support, not action. Could earlier intervention have changed the outcome? We may never know. In 2020, Haley welcomed a baby boy, naming him in honor of Christopher, a quiet tribute to the man she loved and lost. Her father, Jacko, called Christopher a true hero, someone who gave everything to protect his family. The events of that night should never have happened, but in remembering them, we're reminded of the importance of compassion, support, and action when people need help the most. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If there's a story you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out. And if this case moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.